Hooray, another last second video. Wait, why is that hooray? I don't know. I made it. Alright, fair enough. Hello, it's me again. I'm here to talk once again about, the World Anvil page type of stuff. We're going to be talking about a basic rundown of the western parts of the world because, to be frank, that's what I've been working on the most as of this point for a few reasons. To start off with, I'm going to be talking about basically kind of two, mostly the one, continental people groups. Let's just call them that for now. Yeah, as in people who aren't really ethnically or culturally related to each other. They just happen to live in the same continent, kind of, or at least the same kind of area. So we got like two major ones. There's the Northmen. Yes, I know it's very basic, but it makes sense in context. And the Occidanians. Occidanians. The Occidanians of the West. And if you happen to know Latin, you know what that means. Now, both groups, as of this point, I might end up changing this, can be divided into three sections. In the farthest northern regions of the Northlands are the Bjorni, then south from them are the Purans, and south from them are the Belgae. Then after that, you have the Occidanians, who are kind of mixed around the area, with one group mostly maritime kind of stuff, and sailing around the waterways in that area, while the other ones are a lot more inland type of stuff. The Helians and the Drusians. There's also the Ethlish, I think that's how you pronounce that, who are in the far western parts of Occitania, who were a bit unique compared to the others in the area, because they're not actually originally from Occitania, but rather from the north, and they ended up fleeing because of their neighbors trying to rip them limb from limb. Each of these cultures, I'm trying to base them off of real-world cultures to some degree, with hopefully enough distinction to actually make them distinct enough. Although granted, I did pick some of cultures to be a bit more obscure than others, but still, I don't want to just make a carbon copy of. Now, I haven't really mapped out too much of the history of the Northmen that much, apart from the general ideas that that the Bjorni people from the farthest regions are kind of like a very tribalist type of stuff, while further southern they get a bit more, city stuff, civilization-y kind of stuff. So, you kind of could see them as a bit like barbarians in the far north or something like that. Meanwhile, Occitania, they've been having big old civilizations for God knows how long. Well, I guess I do know since I'm, given my position in this, but you know what I mean. So, the general gist of the people in Occitania is, in terms of history, is basically they used to be this giant empire called the Drusian Empire, who basically controlled the entire area for like 2,000 years. However, eventually they fell apart, and several different cultures broken off from them. The Drusians divided into several different kinds of Drusian ethnicities, while the Helians were once again released from their bondage under Drusian rule. And a little bit after that, the Ethlish ended up settling in the far western corners, where the Drusians actually didn't settle to begin with. Well, apart from that one place in the northeast, but I'll talk about that some other time. Now, at this point, I've mostly actually been focusing on the Ethlish, mostly just with the idea if I focus in on one particular culture, I could, branch out from there and expand or something. So, I guess next time we'll talk about them in a bit more detail. And I guess that's just the rundown of the western parts of the world. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.